Hey everyone, I just wanted to drop a personal message to you this week. I haven't put up a video for Dad Sews in the last couple weeks. One of the reasons is because I was doing personal appearances, like at the original Sewing and Quilt Expo in Fredericksburg, Virginia, or I was doing speaking engagements at Converge South in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And of course, that really takes away from my shooting and editing time. But on a more personal note, last week, my wife went into surgery to get outpatient nasal surgery done. She had deviated septum and some other things they wanted to take care of. And it was just supposed to be a very quick, easy in and out. And well, what happened was anything but that. It's hard because I had dropped my wife off for the surgery. Now my mother was there, her mother was there. But I gave her a kiss and I said, hey, I have appointments to go to. She said, don't worry about it. And, I left her in the capable hands of the doctors. And then I went away. And about 2 hours later, my mother called me and said, you need to come immediately. They're taking Melody away in an ambulance. And there's nothing scarier than that. Maybe if it was one of my kids, I can't even imagine that. So I dropped what I was doing and I rushed to the hospital, and things were not good at all. So my wife had aspirated. What that means is she got sick coming out of anesthesia, and then she inhaled that into her lungs, and you can get pneumonia that way, but worse when you breathe stomach contents and acids into your lungs. It's called aspirated pneumatosis, and that can increase your risk of death up to 75%. So I arrived at the hospital and they brought me back immediately, and she just had tubes in her, into her stomach, into her lungs. Her nose was full from the surgery, and it was frightening. They kept her on medicine and had her kind of zonked out for that day and the next day until they could make room in the ICU, which they didn't even have a spot. And it was just a day of just leaning over a bed, holding her hand when she would start to come out of her medicines, holding her down to keep her from pulling the tubes. It was brutal. It was brutal. So as you can imagine, I wasn't filming videos. I was at my wife's bedside, just doing anything I could to talk to her, pray over her, and just spend time with her because we didn't know what was going to happen. I had 4 kids at home and they had no idea what was going on, and luckily my dad came to help out with the kids, and we have a friend that stayed with them as well, made sure bedtimes were had by all, baths and fed, and I couldn't have done it without them, to be quite honest. But I couldn't do this life without my wife, and I needed her to be there. And I'll admit, I was being selfish. I was praying that she stick around for me because I couldn't live without her. I just couldn't do what I do without my wife. She luckily got moved to the ICU and they stabilized her, and a couple days ago she did come home. She's very weak. She says she feels like she's been hit by a bus. She said she got hit by a slow moving bus, which I guess she thinks is more painful. But she is walking around and talking, even though she's got a scratchy throat from the tubes, and we're just very thankful. She actually noticed that I had bruises on my arms, and she said, what did you do to your arms? And we figured out it was just from me leaning over that hospital bed for 3 days, just not knowing what to do. But some of you had sent me questions, why aren't you posting videos? Some of you are personal friends on my Facebook page and you saw what was going on and you sent me private messages to say you were thinking about us and praying for us. And I very much appreciate those messages. If I didn't respond to you, I read all of them, and I'm very grateful and thankful to you. So that's what's been going on in my personal life, and it's caused some things to get backed up with Dad Sews. As I said, I haven't made any new videos, but also I had introduced a Pinterest challenge with my bat pillow a couple weeks ago and said, find something on Pinterest for Halloween and you make your version of it and post the pictures of it. So that was supposed to be judged by the 20th, and that has come and gone. So I'm just gonna make it Halloween Day. I will make sure that by Halloween Day we pick a winner, and the winner will get a $50 gift card to Fabric-Hut.com. So you can buy all of the Halloween or Christmas fabric that you want, or anything else that your heart desires. So if you want to enter the Halloween Pinterest challenge, guess what? There's still time. So be sure to click the link I've included, and that will take you to the YouTube video with all the instructions on what you need to do to win that $50 gift certificate from Fabric-Hut.com. I just want to say thank you to everyone that sent me a personal message during this very, very stressful time. And I also want to say, if there's anybody out there in your life that you love or is integral to your life, grab that person, give them a hug, squeeze them, and just don't let go. And if there's something preventing you from contacting someone that you love, some stubbornness or some anger or some issue, you've got to move past it. It is important for us to have other people in this life help us get through this world, help us get through the trials and tribulations. Reach out to that person, tell them you love them, tell them you miss them. Just hold their hand, give them a hug, grab your children up and squeeze them. You'd never know what could happen. Just make sure you share some love in this world, and it'll go a long way in fixing a lot of the problems that we have. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and maybe sharing this video. And I will see you soon, very soon, with new episodes at dadsews.com.